The top 15 greatest mana dorks ever made on a budget. Hey everyone, it's VM Campos, Magic fan. Welcome to another top list. This is the top 15 greatest mana dorks ever made on a budget. Now this is a response video to Vince, also known as PleasantKenobi on the internet. I was pleasantly surprised to have gotten the notification on my phone. Vince has a new video, so I rushed over there and I said, let me watch it right now. And I watched this video and I loved it. It was informative, it was funny as usual. It reminded me that he said he was gonna follow me on Twitter, but he never did. And so I started to think about how can I build a deck with what mana dorks he had chosen. A mana dork, after all, is a creature that has a low investment in cost that then pays you back in mana, lets you accelerate for your amazing modern deck, Pioneer, Commander, Standard, whatever. So it was a good video, until I started to think a little deeper, and is Vince fucking rich? Is he getting free money from the Queen of England? What is the deal? Vince, we are not all living in an ivory tower, drawing from our sylvan libraries like yourself, visiting Bazaar of Baghdad's on the weekend. We cannot afford these mana dorks that you revealed to us, Vince. For example, it all started with Sylvian Caryatid. Now, if you can say that card name properly the first time, kudos to you. I had to practice 50 times before I even started recording this because I couldn't say it. Sylvian Caryatid. I couldn't even say it. Now, here's what I have to bring up. If you look carefully right here. Okay, this is an $8.41 card. If I want 4 of them for my deck, 8 times 4 is some number that I can barely understand. And Vince is saying, this is a great mana dork to have. Never mind its abilities, which is to give you mana. The cost, $8.41. Another that he had on his list was Metalworker. Now, kudos to Vince for picking a classic card that is in the old muddy border. I'm an old timer in Magic. I played back in the 90s. That means I'm totally old, but I still got all my cards. I didn't play with them with sleeves, and we played on concrete, so they're all fucked up, so you know how it goes. But anyway, Metalworker, this is from Urza's Destiny, and he said, this is another great mana dork for you to have. Yeah, if I am fucking rich, because this is a $42 card, and you need 4 of them, 4 times 40, that's that's $160 that I need for this Metalworker. Yeah, it's gonna give me obscene amounts of mana, but I don't have obscene amounts of money to put this into my deck. Okay, if we're talking about a commander deck, okay, maybe 1 card at $42, maybe I can do that. But come on, Vince, please, are you going to pay my student loans for me? I gotta buy magic cards here, not pay for these fucking loans. And another example, okay, here's a little bit more budget, but he had picked the Lotus Cobra. I'm just gonna stop right here. I'm not gonna pay $26.76 for a copy of Lotus Cobra to beat my opponent. This is just way too much. Way too much that I need to pay for this card in my deck. Amazing art, of course, but I'm not gonna get that. And then he talked about, okay, what about Llanowar Elf? You know, everyone's favorite Llanowar Elf. Let's put that card in here. Tap to give you 1 forest. Well, first of all, it only gives you a forest, not a color of anyone that you want. It's the classic card, yes, but $77 for this mana dork? Are you kidding me, Vince? Please, you're bleeding me dry. I can't. No more blood. I have no more blood to give you. Can you believe it? And then lastly, Birds of Paradise. This card is so expensive that it doesn't even have a price for me to tell you right here. It has me telling you a price in some sort of weird monetary unit known as an euro? Euro? I don't even know what that monetary unit is, but apparently it is 1,838 euros. That you have to pay for this particular card. And Vince wants us to put 4 of them in our deck? Bolt the bird? More like bolt my fucking wallet? So you see what I'm getting at? Not all of us have this amazing budget to buy any single card we want. Some of us has to pay the rent. Some of us have to buy hamburgers. You know, some of us have to do things besides play Magic. Even though I'd rather be playing Magic all day long, I still got to go to work and make that money to then pay for my gas to then drive back to work. It's a vicious cycle. You know how it is. So Vince, I challenge you, make a video that is budget, the top budget mana dorks, because you're in your last video you were acting like money is no object. Money is an object. Look, here's my wallet. Here's my real wallet, and money is an object. This is all that I have in here. This is what I have to play Magic for the rest of the year. So please, Vince, make a budget version of your list. In the meantime, let me show you my budget version of the best mana dorks of all time. On a budget. Okay, so here we go. I'll show you my own list here. We'll use Scryfall, scryfall.com, proud sponsor of the video. I wish, Scryfall, come on, reach out to me. We've got to do some sort of partnership. I would be a great spokesperson for your brand. I love Scryfall. I'll get a tattoo right there, scryfall.com, with another one over here showing like the best way to search, like, you know, the super secret search technology. Come on, Scryfall, get in touch with me. But anyway, here's what we're going to do. These will be the budget mana dorks that you need. Okay, so it's going to be an incomplete list. I'm just so fired up. I had so many great ideas to do for this, but I'm going to leave it for you also there in the comments. Let me know what you think are some great affordable mana dorks. None of this bullshit about like sell your kidney to buy a Llanowar elf. Okay, so these are the ones that are going to be on a budget. First up, we have, of course, Mannequin. So this is for 29 cents. If you go for the iconic Masters Richville version of it, you're gonna get a 1/1 that gives you 1 mana, one generic mana to your mana pool for 2 mana. Okay, amazing. Now if you go for the original printing, you're gonna get way better art. This is by Scott Kirshner, of this weird little mannequin character that's like, he thinks he's Mr. Fantastic, that he can stretch out and go get money from someone else's wallet to go buy a better mana dork. But this one is going to be totally budget. Original printing at Tempest, 24 cents. This is definitely one that you want in your decks that allow it in whatever format. Obviously, this will go great in Commander. Pauper, everyone loves this fucking format. Pauper, they can't stop talking about it. Some professor in some college just cannot stop talking about Pauper. Here you go, Professor. You've got a brand new mana dork in Pauper to add to your deck. If you want to go over to Legacy or Vintage, no problem. This Mannequin is completely Legacy and Vintage friendly for you. Next up, we've got Gold Mirror. Okay, once again, I'm showing an amazing deck tech right here for you. 2 mana, you get a 1/1 dork that gives you 1 mana of any color as long as it's white. You get this beautiful Gold Mirror to add to your deck. 16 cents. For that price, I can buy out the whole amount of these at the moment. I've got the cash for it to give me every single gold mirror, give it all to me, sell it back when everyone else wants to buy it. I'm going to be hoarding onto it, and then you're going to have to pay my inflated prices of 25 cents. Okay. The better investment actually might be the Silver Mirror. This one is the one that gives you 1 mana of any color as long as it's blue. And we all know blue is the best color of all. It lets you cast counter spells and cancels and Force of Wills, all the best cards that exist, of course. And therefore, you get the original Mirrodin printing of this for 23 cents to add to your decks. 4 of them, that's like almost $1 that you're paying to put a full playset. And in Commander, it's a pittance. 23 cents. You might flex your muscle a little bit by going over to the Plane Chase version at 31 cents. I will allow that. It's still in budget. It's still Pauper legal. It's penny legal, whatever that is. Who the fuck knows what penny is? Was this invented by some person named Penny and she said, here's a brand new way to play Magic. Let's all play. Okay, fine. Wait. Whatever. This is also modern playable if you still care about that bullshit. It's Commander, Legacy, and Vintage. Next up is the Iron Mirror. This one gives you a mana in red. what else can I say except that this is one of the more expensive ones. This was getting into like the high roller range right here. 51 cents for this mana dork. 2 mana to give you back 1 mana of any color that you want for your red deck. I'm on board. Make sure these don't sell out before the end of this video, because that's what happens when influencers like me reveal a brand new deck tech. These things get bought out by these horrific, cyber squatters that buy up every single magic card, like with their floppy tacos and everything. You want to buy this before the end of my video. Just pause the video, go buy out as many of these as you need right now, and come back to it. Okay, and you're back. Now, great job. You bought all of those that you needed. Next up, what you need to buy out is the Copper Mirror. So, okay, you want acceleration in green for your big fatties. You want to cast as many of those Colossal Dreadmaws as you possibly can. You need the Copper Mirror. 2 mana gives you a mana dork that gives you 1 green mana. Way better than that fucking Llanowar Elf that Vince was telling us to buy for, what, $50, $70? Whatever it was. I already erased it from my mind. It was just so expensive. Instead, here you pay 13 cents for the original printed in Mirrodin. Beautiful Mirrodin, when everything in original Mirrodin, when it was so beautiful that they didn't even have the technology to print the color of the mana symbol in the actual card. It was black and white. That was how advanced we were back then, original Mirrodin. So 13 cents to buy an original copy of Copper Mirror. And then the best of the mana dorks is the Leaden Mirror, because this one gives you black mana. I had lied when I said that blue was the best color. Black is the best color. What other color is it all about? The ambition for you to do whatever it takes to win, to crush your opponent, to summon demonic tutors and diabolical tutors and cruel tutors and every single tutor that matters. Well, if you've got a little Leaden Mirror at your side, especially the original printing in Mirrodin, look how beautiful that is. Look at those purple eyes. That's the one that you need to get. That's the best mirror of all if you want a mana dork. Okay, if you really, 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 really are one of these weird peoples that plays more than one color in your deck, I guess you can go for the Alloy Mirror. 3 mana gives you a 2/2, so right there it's already like 10 times stronger than the other mirrors that I just mentioned. And then it's 50 times more powerful in terms of tap, add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. Can you believe that shit? 1 color of any mana that you want, with a beautiful little mirror standing up like this saying, me, 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 me. That is the best mirror of all. Wait a minute, what about a badass mirror that's all swole? The other ones are all smole, and this one is all swole. Look at how tough it looks. And then it gives you 2 mana of any color. Now, with that does come the downside of an 82-cent mana dork. Even if you go back to original printing, 82 cents, if you manage to be one of these rich people that got yourself a mystery booster pack, and instead of that lame-ass Mana Crypt, you got a Palladium mirror, you would get this swole mirror with the amazing flavor text of, the mirror are like the glimmer void, blank canvases in which to build grand creations. Exactly 2 mana for the price of 3. That is like the most amazing thing that you can ever get. That's the most amazing mana dork right there. Once again, Vince, he was off his rocker. I don't know what he was talking about. Did he think we were full of riches and just treasures and gold to be able to buy magic cards? VM Campos is revealing to you the ones that you really, really need, with an affordable budget, of course. Okay, lastly, let's move on to the last numbers of my top whatever list of mana dorks. I'm going to reveal them all in rapid succession, so take notes. We have Tooth of Ramos, Horn of Ramos, Eye of Ramos, Heart of Ramos, and Skull of Ramos. All of those combined together to create the best mana dork of all, which gives you 1 mana of any color, plus an extra activated ability that I'll come back to in a moment. So first of all, the Tooth of Ramos. You can have here a tap to give you 1 white mana, and this is way better than the other dorks that I talked about because this does not have Summoning Sickness. Ramos's Tooth will tap for white mana as soon as you cast it. But wait a minute, activated ability. Sacrifice the Tooth, add 1 white mana to your mana pool. So for the amazing deck tech, check it out right here, no one knows this deck tech. You cast this Mana Dork, you then tap it, you get a white mana. Then you sacrifice it, floating your white mana, you get 2 white mana for the price of 1. And then if you have these other ones, then you can get the Horn of Ramos, which will then make you very horny in terms of getting green mana out very, very quickly. The Eye of Ramos, you will be able to see 2 mana for the price of 1. And then the Heart of Ramos, your heart will be beating for red mana that will help accelerate you to beat down your opponents so easily. And lastly, the Skull of Ramos, your big brain inside of that skull will give you 2 black mana for the price of 1. And then it'll allow you to get your opponent. I shouldn't even be revealing this amazing deck tech or even revealing the price of these things. Okay, this is $1.40. Yes, it's more expensive than the other ones that I listed compared to $1.10, although you can get the World Championship version and just never mind that it's the gold border. It makes it even more rare. 15 cents. And then Mercadian Masks printing of Eye of Ramos, that's another $1. 40 cents for the green one, 43 cents for the white one. Okay, totally still all affordable, but once again, the most expensive one is the one for black mana, which is the best color of all, like I just revealed. And all of these have amazing flavor text that you're going to read to your opponent as you play these mana dorks and then just overwhelm them. For example, Ramos smiled and there was day. Ramos touched and there was life. Ramos wept and there were seas. Ramos bled, and there was fire. And lastly, Ramos fell, and there was night. So there you go. Those were the best mana dorks on a budget. Don't listen to PleasantKenobi. He doesn't know what he's talking about. His pockets are overflowing with so much treasure from his cousin, the Queen of England, that like us little people that don't have a rich benefactor, we were left out in the cold. I'm sure, like you, many of you so far right now, we see 3,186 views as of this video. I'm sure all 3,000 of you were rushing to watch this video to put together an amazing deck, and then by the end of the video, you were as left as hollow and dead inside as me when you realized I don't have enough money to buy what Vince is peddling. So good thing VM Campos has his own version where some of his mana dorks are pennies on the dollar. The most expensive one, like $1.50, I can do that. I can find $2 under the couch and buy a Skull of Ramos. I can afford that, unlike PleasantKenobi that he's got riches out the ass. Thank you, VM Campos, for helping me out on this, is what you're all saying, I'm sure. If you like this video, tell me about it in the comments. If you enjoyed everything that I told you about getting the best mana dork, don't forget to thumbs up. If you want to see more such deck text, don't forget to subscribe on YouTube. Maybe check out that Patreon over there. See, touch it right there, Patreon. I mean, right there. Where did it go? It's right here. Yeah, Patreon. Patreon.com/VMCampos right there. Check out Patreon.com. I have a lot of cool stuff about Magic the Gathering, of course, comic books, other fun, weird, random stuff. I give away stuff on a monthly comic haul. I give away stuff on my stream, 11 p.m. Pacific time on Twitch. Just find me online, VM Campos, an old school Magic player from back in the day, and I'm leading you to the promised land of getting the best deck techs out there. It's what I do for you because I love this stuff just like you. I love you too. If you click like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. If you didn't like this top list, don't forget to add a comment below. I'll be sure to delete it as soon as possible and block you. But in the meantime, this has been VM Campos Magic Fan, and I'll see you next time.